of you take the ordinary and you make it extraordinary.
These two have this childlike excitement for adventure together that makes it clear that they really were made for each other.
When I wake up in the morning light, sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you.
And what an incredible story of how you first met. They initially felt an attraction, but it wasn't until they were stranded together in the scenic Newark airport that the conversation started flowing and they developed the beginning of their relationship. And they returned back to college at the end of summer with no guarantee to ever meet again.
Just wanna look at you. Just wanna look at you.
As fate would have it, next summer they brushed paths again at Unilever internship orientation. Although they were in different locations for another summer, they still felt that same spark and kept in touch, growing in their friendship until they decided to finally meet together in Boston. However, a missed flight almost doomed their relationship before it began. Brian, not wanting to miss his one opportunity with Bailey, convinced a random person to let him borrow his rented car and drove overnight from Memphis as his best friend Eli occupied Bailey, who had already arrived in Boston,
Go Eli.
just for an opportunity to go on a date. Spoiler, the date ended up going pretty well. And what I do love about your story is you didn't give up. Either one of you could have said it was too much work for a long-distance relationship. Brian could have bailed on the trip after the flight canceled. Bailey could have decided not to move to New York. All of this happened because you didn't give up on the first, second, or even third misfortune. You didn't let canceled flights defeat you. You didn't let distance stop you. You both continued to invest in each other and blossomed into the beautiful couple standing before us today.
Long time to see, but I always thought it still would be serious. I was looking around town, thinking the same as you. I'm far gone, but your long distance call, and your capital letters keep me asking for more. It's loving like that, 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 it's loving like that. No, I'm far gone, but your long distance call, and your capital letters keep me asking for more. Where to go? I had no idea about it.
I quickly realized there was a big difference between Brian and I. You see, I'm a realist. I don't necessarily see a glass as half empty or half full. I just see a half a glass of water. But Brian, on the other hand, Brian is a dreamer. He too doesn't see a glass as half empty or half full. Instead, he is the rare type who sees just enough water to turn to steam and power an engine. And while the thing about dreamers is that most of their ideas are ludicrous, the other thing about dreamers is every once in a while, their dreams actually do come true. Today, Bailey is that dream come true for Brian.
My God, you look beautiful.
You look so good.
You ready to do this?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
You're a better friend than I ever thought possible. Your dedication to each day is inspiring. A few years ago, I confided in my grandmother that I was nervous to get married. Frankly, I feared that we were too young and we're still growing as people. But after hearing her response, I knew that I was ready. She said, Bob and I were just kids when we were married, and we had no idea what we were doing. But through the years, we always grew together, finding ourselves, making mistakes, and succeeding through the unknown by cultivating and respecting one another. Her message was clear. There is never an inflection point at which we are entirely ready. Instead, we are ready when we can commit to forever growing together. You and I have a saying that our love is mutually unrequited, meaning that we promise to love without expectations, to build a foundation that is unshakable by the trials of life. With that, I vow to love, to listen, to support, and grow with you, forever and always, mutually unrequited.
We were barely 18 when we crossed collective hearts. It was cold, but it got warm when you barely crossed my eye. And then you turned, put out your hand, and you asked me to dance. I knew nothing.
When I reflect on all that we have done in the last 6 years and where our life has taken us, I am so grateful to have had you by my side to work through everything. You have been the most incredible partner, always dedicated to growing our love and growing with one another. You have always encouraged me to take risks and do what is uncomfortable, bringing me to be a better version of myself, even if this sometimes landed me on a one-lane road on a cliff with no guardrail. From moving to New York and starting our adult life together to our adventures spanning the globe, we have made the most incredible memories, and I cannot wait to start this next chapter of our lives and create many, many more. I love you forever and always, unrequitedly.
From camping in our minivan as you tour the West in the winter to traveling through Europe and Africa.
Even though she moved away, we always get calls from our daughter. She has eyes just like her father's. They are blue and skies are gray, and just like him, she never stops. Never takes the day for granted. Works for everything that's handed to her. Never
For you are such an incredible woman. I'm so proud that your mother and I had a little hand in raising you the way you are. We are just befuddled that you came out so well. We don't know how we did it. We were muddling through. There were no rule books. There's no manual. This is all just random shit. But we are so thankful you came out the way you did, and you're a strong, resourceful woman. So thank you, baby.
What's all on you?
I don't know.
Did you eat something?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I had a couple of sugar donuts.
Brian is the one that taught me to ski the way that we do, and he is also the one that introduced me to no fear, no fun. I've also learned to take that in life as taking risks and getting out of your comfort zone just in your everyday life, which is coming. I learned that from the man that drove with some random stranger in a sports car, all to see Bailey for a single night.
And if you know the Wises at all, you know that their love language is quality time together. And the house is always filled with laughter and activity. They love to travel. And so when Bailey came around and we saw that she had that same sense of adventure, we thought, oh, this is gonna be good.